And how you guys doing? I'm eating some Russell potatoes. That satellite man's already hit me in the face and teeth. And they're preventing me from sleeping. The satellite man's smashing on my face. I even have my new mask that I got. It's a medical mask to protect the face and teeth and mouth and chin. And there's a picture on TikTok of it. And I was laying down, and the power was out last night. There's a storm in Indiana, and there was like a lot of electricity power that went out in the neighborhoods, and so it was out for several hours. But then it came back on, and then went off, and came back on, and that was horrible. Anyways, but I'm eating Russell potatoes with cheese on it right now, and garlic and salt and pepper, and light on the salt, but I got garlic on it. And got Mrs. Dash over there, I guess. I'm gonna get some of that. The satellite man's still hitting me in the face. I got ketchup too. I don't have any butter. I ran out of butter. I'll put a lot of ketchup on here. You know how many thousands of times in the past few weeks the satellite man has been hitting me there in those teeth? Anybody have it on record? Supreme Court, you got it on record? I'll look on TikTok. I was watching something on TikTok. Type in girls the way they eat in front of their man or boyfriend. It's pretty funny. There's some of them that are funny. And they, I put one. I sent one of them to Instagram. One of the videos of somebody. It was pretty funny. Like classic kind of humor. They're still hitting me in the jaw. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. Well, I ate corn chips and potato chips. But they were hitting me in the teeth and face when I was eating those. Fritos, too. I'd play a movie, but somebody might try to say, copyrights, or I'd play music right now, but somebody tries to say something about copyrights or something, and then Even though on TikTok, you know, people are on there and you hear them playing music all the time, whatever. But this man's terrorizing me. My parents owned a lot of restaurants in America too, you know. This government man terrorizing my life. And I worked in the restaurant industry for a long time, and these people damaging my teeth. Bunch of BS, man. You worked at the grocery store. Satellite man still damaging teeth. But I was laying down because the power was out in the neighborhood. And that satellite man was hitting me in the face, man. It felt like my face was going to explode. It felt like it was going to rip and tear. I had to get up out of bed, and I've been up ever since. That was like at 3 o'clock or something in the morning. Or 2 something. And this government man was trying to claim that he thought he'd play his communist game. And don't forget, my parents was big farmers, weren't they? My grandparents too. Look up their acreage of how much farmland my family history is in America. And then these politicians was trying to steal it. That's not right. You know, farmland's been in my family history for hundreds of years, too. Oh, man, that was horrible, I think. One of the days I'll get me a better power station charger. I just got a little one. It pretty much was running out. I couldn't even go to sleep because they smashed on my face, man. There's x-rays of my face where it's damaged at. So I've got the and MRI information. And it's time and dated too. And this satellite man's still fucking hitting me in the face and teeth. The motherfucker just said, "Oh, tell him why." I don't know why. You're trying to confuse me with somebody else, dumbass. And you gotta, you know, they need to check the White House records to see where these people came up with. They made up shit claiming they thought you threatened the president. About what? He fucks up his own life and his own career. Haven't you noticed that? Most of these presidents that have been in office, ain't none of them had any real positive history except with their own race. Most of the time. And don't forget, the White House even was using food products from my mother and father's farms and grandparents' farms, weren't they? And then they were trying to murder me, some people was. Don't hit me right here. It's not just a simple tap either. Them hitting the teeth is like, but you really can't. You don't really act like that, you know, because You know, they try to make you look stupid. Attempted murder. Look at the information of how many times they tried to starve me back in the 80s when they held me hostage here. There's police records of it too, some places. Those need to be advertised, or they need to be published in the media. And what people was involved. And how many times these people tried to rape me in the 80s when they held me here in Indiana. And what's their names? They just hit my fucking teeth, man. I am not your goddamn child. And because these motherfucking satellite men are some of the men that tried to rape me too. See, when they rape you, or they try to rape you, they think they fucking own you. Well, that royal protocol in the media says any man in this world that claimed he thought he owned me must get arrested if they're in America. I mean, somebody said that man gotta go to prison or something. But, you know how many times they've hit me in the teeth, Supreme Court? And these people was the ones that murdered my parents too. Their family members were. And these people tried to play their sleep deprivation game of when I lay down and try to go to sleep on my all-well bed. You know, I got it at Walmart. It was brand new when I got it, you know. They used to have a futon in California. You know, I had a futon here. I had a futon, 2 futons in Bloomington, Indiana, in my apartment where I stayed at. Well, turn that down. Now I got a cushion on my seat. 2 of them. Sometimes when you move, they make noise. Right? But this government man just thinks that he thought he'd try to put somebody in the trash category. There's Treasury documents that says if anybody in government tries to put me on the shit list of government, they have to get arrested no matter who the fuck they are. So whoever started this shit needs to get arrested. Tells you right there on Treasury documents. Anybody trying to put me on any government shit list, or pretty much anybody's shit list, I guess. There has to be court cases. Just think, government man, when you're going to be sitting in prison and eating your food, somebody might just walk up and backhand the fuck out of you. He said, they always say this shit too. They'll say, oh, you think they're going to prison because they're in government? You know when you take an oath of office, that means you're supposed to follow the laws of the country. Get your inaugurations, you know. Don't you solemnly swear or something? You know what they say or something? Did you forget that? But these people tried to murder me with satellites They tried to break my face. They jolt you in the head. They did last night too. And hitting me in the teeth, and they were smashing on my face. They're violating the Constitution. And then they try to act smart, like they thought, oh, this one guy said this. I don't hang out with that guy. The guy gets to get arrested. He said, oh, he'll say this guy, the other guy says this. I don't give a fuck. I've never been around them. I don't hang out with them. They try to communicate that shit, thinking they're funny. They'll be like, oh, well, this man said he marked you for death. Who is that person? Man gets arrested. You say, well, they disagree with that. Really? You call me a criminal? Are you the politician, man, that stole $15 billion or $10 billion or something from my mother? You got impeached too, didn't you? For you to disagree with the laws say if you do certain things, you're supposed to get arrested. I'm trying to eat it fast because they're hitting me in the jaw. And the politicians are allowing this shit to go on. I got kidnapped from California. Didn't have nothing to do with none of these motherfuckers. Somebody said they kidnapped me because these politicians or government people they tried to rape me. Or they were trying to set it up where they'd rape me in Indiana after they kidnapped me. They get arrested over there. Even back in the 80s, if any of those politicians raped me back in the 80s, they have to get arrested. When they held me hostage here in Indiana. I don't know which politicians was from Indiana back in the 80s, but they held me hostage here too, then too. Not this long ago. Politicians don't own America. You understand that? They're supposed to manage government. That's what they're supposed to do. So in reference to the government, where everybody feels like it's the government against us, or the people, that's serious crimes of government communism. You know, this country, you see people get in the government, and people say, well, shit, why are they coming down on us? We're the people of the country. Other countries don't do that to their people. That's what somebody was saying. Why are they doing that here? Who are they? Then you got to check the race and religion of the politician. And somebody communicated and said, and then Japan or something, Japanese embassy communicated saying, hey, we don't need that man. That just communicated saying something. What man? I don't know. Some other guy. Something like that. This motherfucker thinks he can just hit people in the teeth or mouth. Like he thought he owned farms in America. Politicians don't own any farms, do they? Here's my new mask. It's kind of cool. I just ate garlic too. That's supposed to keep vampires away and stuff like that. Keep evil people away. But they're still hitting me in the teeth. It's pretty serious. Yeah. That man in the jaw. Got the ketchup on the table too. They're still hitting me. I got the Bigelow tea on the table, the Taster's Choice, the French vanilla, the stir straws. Even got a roll of toilet paper on the table because the satellite man was hitting me in the teeth next to the Taster's Choice. Taster's Choice. The satellite man's still hitting me in the face and teeth. I'm not their child. I'm not their property. Any accusations they made up, they must get prosecuted for it. Oh, it's funny, huh? You like to make accusations, but then when somebody can prove you wrong. Well, and what did you claim that you thought I said when you made up this shit claiming you thought I threatened the president? What words did you use? He just tried to say something like, he said, oh, you know. No, time and date, dumbass. And check see if that president tried to rape me before or if he stole from my mother or father. I didn't threaten no president, but you have to get charged no matter what for accusating against me. And you trying to steal my mother and father's corporations and estates. Now, which politician got in the government was talking shit about executives and high-priced executives or people making big money? Which politicians did that shit? Making up lies or making up like they were trying to play guilt trip on people that was wealthy. American money is American money. So who the hell is this man that made this shit up? You have to get prosecuted no matter what.